So there's a hypothetical trade going around, and I'm gonna mix in. Do the pit Lions? Lions really don't need Maxx Crosby in there too. So that was gonna be the original video, but then I forgot. I seen a mock trade that said a 2026 first. I put it on the screen if I remember. I should. 2026 first round pick and Jameson Williams. Therefore, you'll see a video where I got talking about Tyreek Hill. Then Tyreek Hill would start to make sense, right? So honestly, the deal, if they would do it and you feel like that's a huge position to need, and people just really put that emphasis on a pass, on the edge. But I think the real position to need, what they missed last year and what Lee McNeil started to bring, and what they hope Tyreek Williams can become, and they hope Levon Anzarike will bring, was a pass rush from the middle of the defensive line. That's the most disruptive pass rush that you can have, is when you rush the quarterback and you right in his face. That inner pressure, that's the most disruptive pressure. And we talk about how dangerous pressure off the edge is, especially from the blind side, because the quarterback can't see. But it's no more disruptive pressure than right up the middle. If you could whip guards and they got a double and, put big emphasis on you as a guard, in the middle, that frees up, a lot of other stuff too. Yeah, that disruptive pressure is the pressure that from the middle that you really want to get. That's why the John Randalls, the Aaron Donalds, that's why those guys, Warren Sapp, that's what made them so great, So if, in my opinion, outside of the reconfiguration or the restructure of the offensive line, the number one after that, it's, you can get a guy that can cause disruption with the middle of the defense, I think you'll be all right, And once again, you have candidates there. Will I bank on Anzarike coming for four? Him and Pascal will be simply cut. There's no disrespect. I've been Anzarike's biggest fan on this channel, but it ain't meant to be. Regardless if he playing for free, sometimes you just got to get that bad juju off your team, and maybe somewhere they just need a new start. But I'm cutting them respectfully, and I get it. Brad Holmes, he picked them his homeboys, but I'm cutting them. I don't want none of that. I don't want to bank on them as a third string, a fifth string, an eighth string, a 9 to 5th string. I don't want to bank on them. But as far as the trade, I don't care, dog. Do what you do. He just flew out there. Me too. But he was cool about it though. But yeah, when we start getting these conversations, like, okay, is some of it just, Maxx Crosby from Detroit? Yeah, he's a good pass rusher. Yeah, we can just get another receiver. We can have Tesla step in there. Yeah, I'm not tripping on it. The first round pick, okay. Then how you gonna solve the offensive line problem? You solved the defensive end problem. So basically, first round pick. Also, it's a bunch of offensive tackles. Could you find them in the second round? Even if Taylor Decker come back next year, you need an heir apparent. So that it's just like giving up. And then you had the Raiders fans saying, well, that's not enough capital, or Maxx not going. I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. If Maxx come, cool. If he don't come, no diddy. I don't care. I don't think they need Maxx Crosby. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I don't think it's imperative that they have a Maxx Crosby. They need some depth at that position. First and foremost, before we start talking about a star, a superstar, they need depth. Right now, it's just Aiden Hutchinson if you don't bring back Al-Qayyad Muhammad. So they need depth. They need about three or four defense. I'm counting on Pascal. They need about three of them, 3 other ones. They need a wave of offensive linemen. But I feel in this draft, it's deep. It's deep at defensive end. It's deep at tackle. two positions that you're gonna be needing. So personally, if they did it, they did. If they didn't, they didn't. Me, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I don't feel the need. You need Maxx Crosby with the type of draft that's coming up. I don't feel that you need him. You know, and that's just my opinion. I think you can draft accordingly. First 2 rounds, defensive end or tackle, and then the opposite. That whatever you don't take. But we know, I get it, Brad don't draft that way. But if they did the trade, I wouldn't be mad at it. But there's still other holes to fill. So how are you going to fill them? That trade would almost guarantee that Tate Ratledge is probably moving to center. Because you're going to clear out more money to pay that kid from Baltimore to come play center. Move Tate to left guard, Mahogany to right. But then, at the end of the day, you got to take a tackle still. That's imperative that you take a tackle. So yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see, man. But the whole, we don't need Maxx Crosby. What they need to do is find more healthy, durable players. That's what they need. More healthy, durable players. First and foremost, that's what's needed. Healthy, durable players. Depth at the defensive end position. A defensive tackle that can push the pocket. And they do. They do have candidates. That's respectfully. Tyleik Williams, look what they did with Lee McNeil. They got him in shape and made him a respectable pass rusher. And he didn't compromise playing the run if he come back healthy. Tyleik Williams, if they could do that for him, hey, you got 2 ass kickers. So, we'll see. I don't feel like it's an imperative. I feel like it's more closer than a luxury than anything. Deep defensive end draft, deep tackle draft. They got welcome home, legends come home with Verlander there. Shout out to Verlander coming back. Tigers look dangerous. They can get some bats and start hitting. So yeah, I don't think it's imperative. And I feel people like, yeah, let's get Crosby, but I can get a cheaper defensive end that can just, I can get a McNeil to come back healthy. I can get Hutchinson play another year removed from the injury healthy. If I can just keep quiet, let's just say you keep Al-Quayed Muhammad and you get another, rookie, that's solid. Solid. That's solid. I get guys to push the pocket on the inside. I feel like that's solid, man, but I don't think it's imperative that has to happen. And that's just my opinion. Don't make it right. Don't make it wrong. But that's just what I believe. So hit the link in the description. The first link is say find me everywhere. Find me everywhere. Cash App, Venmo, X, Instagram, Facebook, the whole 9 piece.